This is going to be your favorite show in a long, long time. You're not going to believe what you're going to see tonight. Mayor Michelle Miller has been vindicated. The charter means what the charter says. How hard is this to read? I mean, how many times do we have to be right? I mean, it's like arguing, hey, the sky is up. It's up there. And they argue again. And then finally they have to, yeah, the sky's up there. I mean, come on. This is unbelievable. So you know about the situation in Mexico Beach, how the former longtime mayor, the incumbent, Al Cathy, who had been there since 2005, there was a brief interlude in 2014 and 15. And, he got upset. He got beat in April by Michelle Miller. And in Mexico Beach, it's a different form of government than in Panama City or Panama City Beach or Lynn Haven. Those are different. Their charter sets them up differently. Those are a council manager form of government. But Mexico Beach is a mayor council form of government, all right? The mayor is the CFO and the CEO of the city, and they've known that for a long time, but they've been lying about it. Their city attorney, Clint McCahill, needs to be removed. There needs to be a bar complaint filed against him for saying something different this year than he did last year. You're about to see State Representative Griffitts, but mostly you're about to see State Senator Trumbull stand in front of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee on Monday, just a few days ago, and try to sweet talk him and say everything's cool in the gang, and they got wrecked. They got wrecked. And I have video proof that Representative Griffitts has been lying all along. These two guys did not want to do this, but they thought they could go up there and schmooze them and get this over with. It didn't work out for them. Not at all. This is, by the way, what the charter says. Is that difficult to understand? The mayor shall be the chief elected administrative and fiscal official for the city. That language means that it is a strong mayor form of government. But Bernie, the Florida League of Cities, says it's not. Yeah, because either Mario Gisbert, who was the city administrator 4 years ago, or Doug Baber, who was the city administrator as recently as 8 months ago, even less, 6 months ago. That's what they told them. They lied. And the charter's what you go by anyway. Don't believe me? Just watch. This is going to be your favorite video that you've seen in a long time, because we don't often see. Usually what happens is there's some sort of conflict, and then WMBB will interview an authority, right? You'll have the talk radio station bring on an authority. They'll bring on State Senator Trumbull. They'll bring on State Representative Griffitts, and they'll authoritatively tell you what they... No, you guys are a bunch of frauds, man. You've been lying the whole time. Michelle Miller was right, and everybody knew it. It's just that you're playing a big game of let's pretend. But here's the good news. All throughout Bay County, there are a lot of people who aren't taking it anymore, and they're doing things like this. They're going in front of judges. They're going in front of the state legislature. They're saying, no. You're wrong, and we want somebody to make this decision because you clearly are lying. And boy, oh my gosh. All right, so this video is, I think it's probably about 8 minutes. It's not very long. And I have made it easier to understand. I've sort of annotated part of it for you. All right, hang tight. I'm going to show it to you right after this. It's a hot time in Florida, and my friend Ryan could make sure your air conditioning is running at peak efficiency. He could even install a new one, built to a higher standard, American standard. Find out more at pcairrepair.com.
Hand caught in the cookie jar? Sometimes bad habits continue even into adulthood. I'm El Saline, 850-215-0628. Let me help you.
All right, here's Jay Trumbull, the state representative, on Monday, and he is standing in front of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee, JLAC. All right, this committee is composed of House of Representative members and state senators. The chairman here is State Representative, I think it's Caruso, who used to work with, remember, this young man here, Jay Trumbull, who is now a brand new state senator. He used to be a state representative for a long time. So the guy he's addressing, the chairman of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee, they surely know each other. They got a bit of a history together. And I've skipped forward. We're going to start this at the good part, but for about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'll eventually, tomorrow, I'll link the whole thing. What happened was Senator Jay Trumbull got up there and he said, yeah, we've requested an audit because the mayor over there has written a letter, but it's important to note that the whole commission, the whole council voted unanimously for this. Well, what seems to be the problem there, Senator Trumbull? Well, there's two issues, really. There's one issue that they're 1 year late on their annual financial audit, and there's one other issue only. And the one other issue only is that there was somebody who was left on the access to the bank account after this person had left. Really, that's about it. These two guys, Jay Trumbull and Representative Griffitts, thought they were going to go up there and smooze these guys and say, yeah, but everything's, we pretty much got it under control. We just sort of need you to just come rubber stamp it for us. And what you're gonna see, just so you know, what you're gonna see is, especially the chairman, but all of the members of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee, just last Monday, they're asking them questions like what you're gonna see at the very beginning here. Is it a strong form of government or a weak mayor form of government? Strong mayor or weak mayor? But we don't know. We don't know. What do you think, Representative Griffitts? And Representative Griffitts is sitting in the audience. And Representative Griffitts goes, it's to be determined. You know why he said to be determined? Because the Three Stooges, Jerry Bad Liability Smith, Adrian Drama Queen Welly, and Jerry Iron Fist Smith, they pushed for a charter amendment. They want to amend the charter to make it to where the mayor is not the CFO, CEO. Well, here's a question, Mensas. Why would you need to change the charter if the mayor currently is not a strong mayor form of government? Why would you need to do that? That's why Griffitts says, to be determined. And they laughed. They thought it was funny. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, buddy. Watch what happens. They already knew, the Joint Legislative Audit Committee, they already knew the answer to the question. And they sat there and watched these two bozos who represent us pretend they don't know. And they just laid the trap for these guys to go up there and do this. And then at the very end, they said, well, actually, we know the answers to all these questions. And we know you've been lying to us the whole time. And there's one part, before I hit play here, there's one part. Pay attention. Because the co-chair is going to start asking some questions, and the co-chair is going to say, but in 2020, the city hired somebody to take care of the city's finances, Debbie McLeod. The accountant that abruptly resigned the month after Michelle Miller was elected, remember her? And the city kept her on as a consultant still to this day. She's the girlfriend of the city administrator that the Three Stooges illegitimately have brought on. So they're asking the question, you're going to see this. But didn't they bring on some account? And then this person resigned, and then the city administrator resigned, and then the assistant city administrator resigned. And all of a sudden, somebody's going to come whisper in their ear, and they're all going to go, oh, that's right. Representative Griffitts and State Senator Trumbull, they don't know about this yet. Now, you watch this and you tell me what you think. I want to see what you guess. What do you think they're whispering about? What do you think they go, oh, that's them? Yeah, they definitely need an audit. All right, okay, now that I've set it up, I'll shut up and let's watch this.
Do they have a strong mayor? Is it set up that way?
I don't
Their charter?
believe so. Yeah, Representative Griffith says that might be to be determined.
It's real funny.
I'm sorry. Do you know what the charter says, calls for?
No, sir, I can find that out, though.
Watch the swallow.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, he already knows. He already knows.
Members, anybody else with questions?
Senator Davis has a question.
Senator Davis, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just curious as to what led, some of the things that led up to the request for this letter.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator Davis, in the letter that Representative Griffiths and I received, that I believe you have a copy of.
I do.
They made 2 points in that letter, and number one was failure to timely file an annual financial audit report, which was now 1 year past due. And then the second one was failure to timely remove an unauthorized signer, which was a former employee who was listed on the bank account this was realized on May 21st of this year.
I think he's leaving a little bit out. He's like, well, that's all. That's all that's going on over there.
Chair, I have one question.
You're recognized.
Thank you.
Co-chair.
Senator Trumbull, we have a separate listing of notes, deficiencies, all that stuff. And I see in the notes on the City of Mexico Beach, the city fell behind in its financial reporting following Michael in 2018. And while trying to rebuild, the city hired a financial contractor in late 2020 to bring the financial records into compliance. That financial contractor resigned or quit in May 2023, followed shortly by the city administrator and the assistant city administrator. Do we know who the financial contractor was that was hired and then left after 3 years of? Your city might be in a situation where they were relying on a financial contractor that they hired in good faith, and then that person just up and left, leaving them sort of holding.
Okay, now watch. There's somebody whispering to the lady behind who's on the Joint Legislative Audit Committee, and then Senator Pizzo, the co-chair. Then watch. You're going to see this now. Somebody whispers, that's them. That's the ones we've been talking about. Oh, never mind. We're up on this already. Watch this.
Holding the bag. The bigger concern is if this is like an entity that other cities are using and are relying on in good faith to be compliant with us.
Springbrook Software.
As Debbie
Senator.
whispers into Kathy's ear.
Senator, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Watch
I do
this.
not know who that entity was, but I'm happy to find that out.
Did we just find out?
Did you see that? Watch when he realizes,
You're
that's
recognized.
them.
I got
Watch
something.
this.
I do not know who that entity was, but I'm happy to find that out.
Did we just find out?
What's the matter, Jay?
Co-chair, you're recognized.
I got something noted during study hall, so it wouldn't be something Senator Trumbull or
Okay.
Representative would know.
What? Wait, what? What was look at the lady. Look at the lady's face. on the committee. It wouldn't be something that these two guys would know. Oh, that's what this is all about. That's too good. We got to watch this one more time.
Senator, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do not know who that
Yes, you
entity
do.
was, but I'm happy to find that out.
Did we just find out? Co-chair, you're recognized.
I got slipped a note. It's during study hall, so
Look at their faces.
it wouldn't be something Senator Trumbull or
Okay.
Representative would know.
Any other
Wow.
questions, members? Okay. Senator, anybody from the audience, from the public that wishes to speak?
Yeah, did you see that? What do you what do you think they're whispering to each other? Oh yeah, that's them. Those are the ones we've been looking at.
Senator, anybody from the audience?
Watch this.
From the public that wishes to speak? We're fine. That's fine. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Senator Trumbull, you're recognized to close.
I would just appreciate your approval of this request.
Jay wants to get the hell out of there. Yeah, that was funny, Miss Sarah Moon. That was funny. Damn it! I wish I would have known. So when they asked if anybody in the audience wants to make public comments, you'll see Griff on the bottom right. All right, you'll see Griff on the bottom right, and he's looking back to see if the man with the hat is walking up to say something. Damn it! I wish I would have known. I would have. But they got away with it. They got away with me not going up there and addressing the committee. Watch Griff look back. Anybody in the public?
We're fine.
You got lucky there,
That's
Griff.
fine. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Senator Trumbull, you're recognized to close.
I would just appreciate your
We just want to
approval
go.
of this request
Just want to get out of here.
without a close.
Okay,
Without a
Representative
close.
Plakin, you're recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Chair. I move that the committee direct the Auditor General to perform an operational audit of the City of Mexico Beach. The Auditor General, pursuant her authority, shall finalize the scope of the audit during the course of the audit, providing that the audit-related concerns of Senator Trumbull and Representative Griffitts are considered.
Are there any questions?
All right. Oh gosh, what have
Hi,
I
everyone.
done?
Mark
Oh my
Barden here.
gosh, I just did this. Hold on, I got to get
Do
back
they
to
have a
where
strong-
we were. Hold on.
Any other?
All right.
I bel-
Here we go. Sorry.
Okay, Senator Trumbull, you.
Okay, so this is the really good part. Okay, do you remember earlier when the chairman asked Representative Trumbull if it's a strong mayor form of government, and they said we don't know, we don't know. What's the charter say? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And Griffitts goes, to be determined. We're trying to recall that broad. And, doing anything we can to get her out, and we're changing the charter, and it's to be determined. But what you're going to see now is that Representative Griffitts knows and has known that it's a strong form of government. That's his head on the bottom right, not with the red hair, with the dark hair. At least, Bernie, he's still got some on top. I know. I give him credit for that. I mean, come on. I am 56 years old. Now I'm in my prime, but But yeah, the guy with the dark hair, that's Griff. That's Representative Griffitts. He's never chimed in on all the stuff going on in Mexico Beach, on the fact that the commissioners, council members, have been lying, and so has City Attorney Clint McCahill, who should lose his law license for what he's doing. He knows it's a lie, or he should know, but we know he knows because last year he said the right thing. This year he says the wrong thing. All right, you're going to see it very clearly. You ready for this? All right, you're going to hear the little closing part again, then I'm going to shut up and let it play through.
You're recognized to close.
I would just appreciate your approval of this request. Without a close.
Okay. Representative Plakin, you recognize for motion.
Thank you, Chair. I move that the committee direct the Auditor General to perform an operational audit of the City of Mexico Beach. The Auditor General, pursuant her authority, shall finalize the scope of the audit during the course of the audit, providing that the audit-related concerns of Senator Trumbull and Representative Griffitts are considered.
Are there any questions? Any debate? Just want everyone to know that I believe their charter does call for a strong mayor. And strangely enough, I understand the mayor is being denied access to financial records and her ability to carry out her responsibilities since she is responsible for the city's financial records. So I think an audit is certainly called for when the other members of the council don't want her to have access to those records. It might
You
be
want to
good
look
that
good, you want to
somebody
feel
independent
good.
steps in and
Little
takes a look
John's
at it.
Big and
So
Tall
I will
is
be
where it's
up-
at. Right across the street from Sky's Pizza Pie, 5700 North Davis Highway. You can find out more online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com. He's also a member of the iTex trading community, where your iTex dollars are welcome.
Don't let back pain and neck pain get you down. Find relief at Brown Chiropractic Center on St. Andrews Boulevard in Panama City. Dr. Sherry Brown helps people heal naturally with chiropractic adjustments and deep tissue massage. Call 769-3777. Look, we're going to watch this part again. This is so great. I want you to see what happens here. So earlier on, I'm going to show you at the very beginning, I'm going to recap if you missed it. The chairman asked State Senator Jay Trumbull if Mexico Beach is a strong mayor form of government, and he and Griff pretend to be dumb about it. At the very end here, you're going to see Griff knew the whole time, and he has been aiding and abetting the law breaking, the fraud that is taking place in Mexico Beach. Now, all of the people in Mexico Beach who believed Al Cathy and the lawyer and all of the city administrators who keep bailing out and all of the commissioners, council members who are lying, now you know that they knew the whole time. It's a strong mayor form of government, and that's the reason they want to change the charter. Some of you truly, honestly, you good people who believed maybe Mayor Miller was rubbing you the wrong way, maybe her personality, you didn't like it, whatever the reason. A lot of good people in Mexico Beach thought that it's not a strong mayor form of government. Now, it would never came up when Al Cathy was the mayor, but now that you know, watch, this was how it started.
They have a strong mayor. Is it set up that way?
I don't
Their charter.
believe so.
He knows.
Yeah, Representative Griffith says that might be to be determined.
I'm sorry. Do you know what the charter says?
I'm
calls for?
sorry.
No, sir, I can find that
How
out. though.
embarrassing.
Okay, great.
Hold on, I thought we were here. Let me do this. All right, I'm sorry.
Do they have a strong mayor? Is it set up that way?
I don't
Their charter.
believe so. Yeah, Representative Griffith says that might be to be determined.
I'm sorry. Do you know what the charter says, calls for?
No, sir, I can find that out, though.
Okay, great. Members, anybody else with questions?
Okay, so that was what they did at the beginning, but here we know now that the chairman knew the whole time, and he was just allowing these two guys to play their little skit out, and he was sort of judging whether they're acting in good faith. The whole joint legislative audit committee was sort of judging whether or not they're acting in good faith, and boy, did they get their answer.
Any debate? Just want everyone to know that I believe their charter does call for a strong mayor. And strangely enough, I understand the mayor is being denied access to financial records and her ability to carry out her responsibilities since she is responsible for the city's financial records. So I think an audit is certainly called for when the other members of the council don't want her to have access to those records. It might be good that somebody independent steps in and takes a look at it. So I will be up on it. With that, we're going, any other further debate? Okay, Melissa, would you please call the roll?
Representative Benjamin is excused. Senator Broder?
Yes.
Senator Davis?
Yes.
Senator DeSigley?
Yes.
Representative Gossett Seidman?
Yes.
Representative Hart is excused. Representative Plakin?
Yes.
Senator Simon?
Yes.
Representative Yarkowski? Vice Chair Pizzo?
Yes.
Chair Caruso?
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Thank y'all.
Oh boy, look at this. Look at their reactions. Look at all their reactions when they walk out. This is the good part. So they walk out like, oh man, damn! I thought we were gonna sort of like charm these. Oh man! But watch all their reactions when they walk out. Remember the part where they said, "Oh, that's them." Ooh, this part right here, in case you missed it. Okay, this part. Watch this.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do.
The bigger concern is if this is like an entity that other cities are using and are relying on in good faith to be compliant with us, as Debbie
Senator.
whispers into Kathy's ear.
Here's where they realize,
Senator,
oh,
you're
it's
recognized.
them.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do not know who that entity was, but I'm happy to find that out.
Jay's like,
Just
oh
find
no.
out. Co-chair, you're recognized.
I got slipped a note. It's during study hall, so it wouldn't be something Senator Trumbull or
Okay.
Representative would know.
Watch
Any other
watch these
questions,
two.
members? Okay. Senator, anybody from the audience, from the public that wishes to speak?
Yeah, that's them. So this is how they when they walk out. Watch the reactions of the board
Plakin?
members.
Senator Simon? Yes. Representative Yarkowski? Vice Chair Pizzo? Yes. Chair Caruso?
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Look at their body language. Vice
Thank y'all.
Co-chair has his arms folded. Look at them all. Watch them watch these guys walk out. Oh boy. So what do you know? The charter actually means what it says. And now the state has made it very clear. All of this confirms what Mayor Miller's lawsuit against the council members who you heard the Joint Legislative Audit Committee say have been preventing her, blocking her from doing her duties. Yeah, this is really just the beginning of what you're about to see. Now that all these people are going to be hauled in front of judges and commissions and with lawsuits, you got James Finch's lawsuit. You've got Doc Rowan, who is hired an incredible law firm, Webster and Batiste, out of Tallahassee. And then remember, there was a police report filed by Mayor Rowan against State Representative Griffitts after Representative Griffitts a couple of weeks ago accosted Mayor Rowan and said, hey, State Senator Trumbull and I, we've been watching you, and we're going to report your lies. Well, it looks like you guys are the ones getting shown to be the liars. Hey, State Representative Griffitts, I got a question for you. Since you have known the whole time that Mexico Beach is a strong mayor form of government, why have you been aiding and abetting this? I'll tell you something else. Mayor Miller initially, about 2 or 3 months ago, called both of these guys and said, I really need some help over here. Do you think you can help get an audit? Well, you don't want to do that. They both told her. You don't want to do that. No. You don't need to do that because, man, if they find something wrong, they can take the city from you. You know, you really don't want to be going and doing that. Well, she kept pushing it, and they thought they'd go smooth the committee, and it didn't work well. They got absolutely. You saw. I want to know what they were whispering. The representative and the senator, they wouldn't know about that, but are they ever going to find out? So, not tonight, but later, I will read to you just how devastating the financial situation in Mexico Beach really is. And there is a lot more. I told somebody in Mexico Beach who is part of the recall effort. I said, you really should maybe hold off a little bit, because when you find out where the FEMA money went, you're going to owe Michelle Miller, who's doing her best to be the mayor under more stress and trauma than a human being can handle. And I'm not going to go over the story, the latest story, but, well, I'll tell you this. Yesterday, remember yesterday, the city commission met, the city council in Mexico Beach met. Oh, I do have this. All right, I will share this with you. So on Saturday, Michelle Miller's daughter, who's a teacher in Bainbridge, Georgia, was murdered. And according to news reports, her husband murdered her and then killed himself. And it's under investigation, okay? And before she could even bury her daughter, who everybody loved at that school, a beloved teacher who was murdered on Saturday, before the funeral, the Mexico Beach City Council members held a meeting without her. They were asked to postpone it. They said, why would we need to do that? And Iron Fist Wolf jumped up and, well, this is what it looked like. This is yesterday, by the way.
Council comments. I'll get them started right at the table. Linda, if you had anything, you're good.
I'm just like Miss Hampton. Me
As well. I wish I guess I'm not. I have some things I want to bring up. This is real simple. I'll go ahead and hand this out to you guys. I should have brought one in there, a copy, I guess, but
We all got it.
this is just on financials. I just made some notes, that's all it is. And really what I'm looking for is input from the council to sit with maybe Chris individually and come up with something. But we're about 2.5 months into this year, and we haven't really looked at the finances. We've looked at them individually, I think, as we go into, I can only speak for myself, as we go into the City Hall and ask for certain things and check things and stuff like that. But as far as a team at this table, we have not done that.
Yeah, and what they didn't mention, well, I don't know, maybe they did later on in the meeting, but is now we've discovered that they have had problems for at least 10 years. And the problems are so significant, we'll outline them. But what you don't know, and what even the Joint Audit Committee doesn't know, but what several people on my team know, is you're all going to find out why they did all they could to prevent the CFO, the mayor, from finding out exactly which contractors got the lion's share of $49 million in debris pickup in FEMA money. And you good people in Mexico Beach, you good people, when I get on these guys like I do, I'm not getting on you. And if you trust them more because you've known them and you don't know me, I get it. I do. Most of you who are signing the recall, I believe, are acting in good faith. But you're being misled terribly by WMBB, who is in on this conspiracy to undermine your election. But when you find out, when it happens, you're going to be devastated at what happened to your city. The story is beyond belief. But it looks like it's going to be told. And really, truly, you're, I'm not even going to say you owe her an apology, but I think that maybe a thank you would be good. The effort and level that the real gigantic, bigger than you can ever imagine powers that be, the effort they'll go to remove the two mayors who have interrupted the racket in Panama City and Mexico Beach, the degree to which they will go is beyond any movie. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. But you've got two fighters in Mayor Doc Rowan, who is under the most evil propaganda, slander, libel, vicious attack. Here's the move regarding Mayor Rowan, okay, who we talked about yesterday. And again, here he is. The move against Mayor Rowan, who is now the mayor of Panama City, and they're saying that he destroyed a public record and that he sexually harassed, really assaulted a woman. All of this stuff that you're seeing. The move is to destroy his reputation so he cannot be reelected in a year and a half, because it's only a 2-year term, just like in Mexico Beach. The move is to destroy his reputation so that he can't be reelected. But really, the move is it's a pretext to have him recalled as well. Now, in all the time I've been covering massive public corruption in Bay County, only these two new mayors are the ones where their own commissions are trying to remove them. Now, that alone doesn't prove anything, but that, along with many other data points, is very suggestive. But here's what they'll do. Even though they know, when I say they, I don't think Brian Granger knows. He's just green. And I really believe that Brian Granger is trying to do the right thing. And I believe that he would try to stop corruption. And he just wants to know if there is any, but he's not quite sure. And he's just, I believe he's acting in good faith. He's just green. Smart. I also believe Janice Lucas is acting in good faith on the Panama City Commission. She knows a lot more about politics and what goes on. I do not think anybody else up there is acting in good faith. And I think one of them is an outright Grand Inquisitor who gets off on hurting people, and that is Josh Street. I think he's a particularly evil dude, quite frankly. And if you just look at who he hangs around with every day, it's every week he's at lunch with Griffitts and dumpster diver and campaign manager Arthur Cullen, and he's constantly plotting and scheming with the puppet master there, the campaign manager for Sheriff Tommy Ford and state attorney, the main prosecutor Larry Bassford, the former St. Joe lobbyist, and that's William Harrison. This is a particularly evil group of people who wear their religion on their sleeve to deceive. You wouldn't believe how evil. You truly would not. So the move is they know that this is going nowhere in the Ethics Commission. They don't care. Because by the time the Ethics Commission rejects it, the damage is done. This is what they did to me, by the way, and I'm not complaining, trust me. When I ran for city council in 2018 in Panama City Beach, what they did to me was they two government officials filed defamation lawsuits against me. And WMBB ran them as though I committed defamation. I won both of them. And they're both very embarrassed that they ever sued me for defamation. I welcome a defamation lawsuit. I've become an expert at defamation law. I am Bernie the attorney. I'm joking when it comes to that. Because discovery gives you subpoena power, and subpoena power allows you to show the truth, and they don't want me to have subpoena power. Give me subpoena power, baby. So, but they did that. So you had news reports that Bernie Thompson commits defamation. Didn't matter if I won or lost. It didn't matter because by the time the election, the damage had been done. But that wasn't enough. What else they did was one of them filed a complaint with the campaign election commission in Florida that I had violated campaign finance laws. Of course, that was dismissed as frivolous, but the election was over by that time. So what they're doing, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It only matters if they can recall him or damage him, and then it's complete election interference. It is a federal crime, and the FBI should be all over it. It is truly a conspiracy to undermine the election. It is a conspiracy to defraud the people of honest services, and they're doing it through wire fraud. This is what they are doing. And everybody knows it. You just have some people playing along. Some people, I don't want to say everybody knows, because I do think there are good people. In fact, I know there are. Been hearing a lot of people. I heard a teenager not too long ago say, I can't believe that new mayor is destroying public records. What? You see how effective it is? This inquisition. But I'm telling you, we're making progress. And even with the elections, they're losing elections now. That's incredible. So there is an election in April. Right around the corner, you've got some of the most corrupt people running for office, like Mark Money Mover Sheldon. And boy, Panama City Beach, they also, turns out, have severe problems. And the Joint Legislative Audit Committee is looking at them as well. But they don't care, because their priority is to help the mayor, who's also the concert promoter. I want to share this again with you. A listener-sponsored information video. Mayor Mark Sheldon is pushing for a $10 million pedestrian bridge to connect Frank Brown Park to Aaron Besant Park. It's great for music festivals. It's the city's #1 priority this year. They've got a bunch of projects, and they plan to spend $236 million. 2 years ago, the budget for the city was only $42 million. That's why locals are paying so much more in assessments to the city. Mayor Sheldon says it's worth it. After all, he owns Gulf Coast Jam. The city's #1 priority will benefit his music festivals. He wants more state and federal grant money as a slush fund.
These are significant projects that will make a huge difference in our community. The first is to pursue any available state aid for the planning, design, and environmental studies related to a pedestrian bridge connecting Aaron Besant Park and Frank Brown Park. This walkover would link these two public parks and provide a safer avenue for our residents.
I think they have finally, I think that Time's winged chariot is right on their ass. That's what I think. And was that video not amazing? All right, I've gone on too long about this stuff. But I do want to, of course, thank those of you who support my efforts. And without you, I could not do this. Without those of you who crowdfund my efforts to bring you the truth the best I can, I couldn't do it. So for all of you who throw a tip in the tip jar at patreon.com/Bernie Thompson, as little as $5 a month, I would give anything to have 2,000 people say, Bernie, here's 5,000 a month, or however many people. God, that would help so much. Boy, we could do a lot more work. Patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. It's anonymous. It is easy. You can quit at any time. And also, I want to thank, of course, the Unknown Patriot. If anybody else wants to become an Unknown Patriot and support my efforts, just email me at Bernie Thompson at Proton Mail. Bernie Thompson at protonmail.com. And we'll talk. Anyway, thank you so much. I've got so much more to tell you. Some of the details about just how bad it turns out the finances are. There actually is an emergency. Actually is a financial emergency in Mexico Beach. And I'll tell you about it next time.